Ever feel like you're just drifting through life, clueless about what you're really passionate about? What if I told you that everything you've heard about finding your passion is probably wrong? In fact, the idea of finding your passion might be the biggest myth you've ever been sold. Look, let's face it. All the advice we get about passion sounds amazing, right? We hear about people who wake up every day completely in love with what they do. But for most of us, trying to figure out our passion feels like trying to solve a puzzle without any pieces. You're told that if you don't have a passion, you're doing life wrong or missing out somehow. But what if passion isn't something you find like buried treasure? What if it's simpler than that? By the end of this video, you'll see why finding your passion isn't some impossible task. It's actually pretty straightforward when you know how to look at it. So let's get real for a minute. This whole find your passion idea, it makes a lot of us feel like we're somehow failing at life. You're scrolling on your phone and suddenly you're hit with one success story after another. You see someone saying they just knew they wanted to be a chef or an artist, or they found their calling at age 3. And here you are, wondering if you even have a passion at all. Sound familiar? Or maybe you've even tried to find your passion by taking quizzes, reading books, or signing up for that pottery class that was supposed to change everything. And when it didn't, you felt more lost than ever. It's frustrating, right? This idea that we're supposed to have some grand passion that just lights us up every day. So today we're diving deep into the truth behind passion, where it really comes from, and how you can figure out yours without all the stress. So here's where it all begins. By following your interests instead of waiting for the one perfect passion to hit you. Instead of feeling like you have to pick one thing to love for the rest of your life, start with something small, something that simply catches your attention. Maybe it's learning a new skill like photography, trying out a recipe, or even reading up on a subject that you're curious about. It doesn't matter if it's small, because passion doesn't usually arrive with a bang. It sneaks in slowly. Maybe you start learning guitar because you're curious, and next thing you know, you're hooked. Or maybe you get really into fitness after a friend drags you to the gym a few times. The key here is to let yourself explore without pressuring yourself to make a lifelong commitment. This way, you're way more likely to stumble upon something you genuinely enjoy, and that's when the spark starts. Now let's talk about what not to do. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that their passion has to be something world-changing. Look, not every passion has to be about saving the planet or launching a $1 million business. Sometimes it's something as simple as gardening or restoring old cars. The pressure to have a big passion can hold you back from actually enjoying what's right in front of you. Another mistake, giving up too soon. Let's say you start writing or learning to cook, and you're just bad at it at first. That's normal. Passion isn't always instant. Sometimes it takes a while to develop. But if you quit too soon because it doesn't feel like a passion right away, you might miss out on something that could have been incredible. Remember, most people don't feel passionate the very first time they try something. It's only after you get a bit better at it, start to see progress, that the excitement really kicks in. All right, so if you're serious about finding something that sticks, here's a little trick that can help you find your passion. Now, a passion is just a clever way of saying a skill or interest that you put more time into than the average person. This is actually something people use in college admissions, a way for students to stand out by becoming the expert in something unique. But here's why this matters for you. When you dive a little deeper into a skill or hobby, even if it's something random like learning everything about houseplants or becoming a puzzle master, you're creating a mini passion. You're building up enough knowledge and skill that it starts to feel special to you. And that's exactly what gives you the confidence and excitement that feels like passion. So think about an interest that you could go just a bit deeper into. It doesn't have to be life-changing. It just has to be interesting enough to keep you coming back. Here's the real secret about finding your passion that no one tells you. You don't have to love it all the time. Passion isn't about always feeling 100% excited or happy. It's about finding something that you're willing to keep doing, even when it gets tough. So instead of looking for something that makes you feel ecstatic every second, look for something that you enjoy most of the time. Something that makes you feel good enough to stick with it, even on the boring days. Think about it like this. When someone becomes passionate about running, it's not because every single run is perfect. They love the feeling of progress, of challenging themselves. And the same goes for any passion. It's about sticking with it, putting in the effort, and seeing where it takes you. So if you're trying to find your passion, here's the takeaway. Don't stress about finding the perfect thing. Start with what catches your attention, what makes you curious, or even what just seems fun to try. Passion is built, not found. And it's built by showing up, trying things, and sticking with what feels good enough. Let go of the idea that you need to have one single passion for the rest of your life. Life's too short to limit yourself to one interest. Instead, explore, experiment, and let your passion find you through action. You'll never find it by just thinking about it. You have to get out there and do something. And remember, passion is about progress. As you grow, your passion grows too. If this video gave you a spark, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.